I want to say like 98, 99. All the Beaverton and Tigard homies basically were getting filmed by Eli or myself. I was learning at the time. All the dudes from Metzger and Lake Oswego and Terwilliger, which was Todd Peterson and Brian Honig and Matt Shoebottom. And we kind of had like a collaborative effort when West Sider Rider opened, and we used that footage for the shop video, Darkest Hour. And we had an AIM trailer at the beginning of it.
This would happen about 1996, and I'm kind of thinking this was the first summer that Donnie and I were really hanging out, like filming and skating a lot. Anyhow, I had my first car. It was a 1985 Ford Tempo. It was just a total grandma's car. It had an AM radio, no air conditioning, and we were cruising around. I think I probably just picked them up. We're pretty close to their house. We pulled into 7-Eleven, and there was another car parked there, another Ford Escort, and it was just sitting there like bumping, like there's two dudes in it just like bumping their stereo to some shitty music. They had that like kind of like rap rock, like 311 look about them. I think I just kind of looked over at them, and I turned up like my AM radio till it was just all distorted and blown out and just sounding like shit. And I think I just kind of like, hey dudes, what's up? You know, yeah, we got a system too. They could sense the mockery, and they weren't feeling it. They were kind of upset with us. So we went into 7-Eleven, got our stuff. I think those dudes might have come in too, but I think, you know, there was dirty looks exchanged and mutterings under the breath. So we get in my car and we start driving up Hall Boulevard towards Washington Square, and it's near rush hour, and that road gets like super stacked up. We all had the windows down, you know, no air conditioning, and we can hear somebody yelling or shouting. And we look back, and like Derek's leaning out the window, and these dudes are mouthing off, and they started dissing Donnie and Derek's mom. Like they dropped some, you know, vulgarity, and this just totally set off Donnie and Derek, and I don't think I'd ever seen them kind of switch over into aggro mode before. And the next thing I know, they've jumped out of my car, they've reached through their open windows and got them in headlocks. And I noticed that in Donnie's hands and pressed against the neck of the driver is this set of leftover chopsticks from Rachel and I going to Benihana's the night before, and I'm just like freaking out because there's like all these people. I'm just like, dude, we're made, man. They got our plates. Like they're gonna call the cops, dude. Like this is like some kind of assault. And then the light changed. I'm like, come on, guys, get back in the car. And like they ran over and
Just didn't take any shit, you know?
I didn't really grow up around dudes like that, but it was also kind of cool, like. Seeing how they had each other's backs, and they weren't going to let anybody talk shit about their mom. But yeah, that was my first experience, I think, with Don being aggro, like off of his skateboard. Like the way he skated, like you knew there was something like burning inside him, but like this was like real life aggro Don.
I'm not sure what to say. I'm so fucking uncandid with a camera. I don't think I've ever even taken a selfie, but a Dawn freakout moment. Maybe the party I missed when I was on a Converse trip in '99 and you threw a tiki torch. Something else like that. That and Giraldi's ruined your life.
What did Donnie do? He freaked out, threw his board, of course, took his shoes off, threw each one, 100 feet into the rain. And then his dumbass had to go hobble out there in his socks to pick up his shoes. That's a pretty good one. The one that sticks in my mind the most, anyway.
Donnie freakouts. I have a lot of good Donnie stories. I mean, we all have our temper, good and bad days, but you know, we all got personal lives besides this. But when we all connect together, it's, you know, a positive vibe and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, gnarliest Donnie freakout had to have been when we went and tried to skate some handrail at a church, but parked a block away at someone's house, and the person came out and was being crazy towards us, and Donnie like went and grabbed a tire iron out of his car and ran back up the street and chased the man like back into his garage, and the cops got called and we got out of there. That was fucking gnarly.
So yeah, dude, I've always been an emotional, angry skateboarder. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever saw me out in the street skating and filming, and you just see this dude going berserk, like he's on some kind of prison release, just destroying a park bench or breaking his skateboard or fucking throwing his shoes or screaming at a fucking pedestrian. That was me. I was that dude. I would lose my shit on the regular, and sometimes it would make or break the session, or I'd either get the trick or I'd fucking explode. But yeah, I was working with a lot. I was running the shop. I was basically a team manager. I was making sure everyone was supplied boards, wheels, shoes, everything they needed to skate. I was making sure the AIM crew was set up. And then I had to drive, get videotapes, film. So when it came time for me to get a trick, after all that kind of stuff went down, you're already kind of tired, but you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get the trick because these kids are out there ripping, so you want to try to rip with them. And man, sometimes it just didn't work out. Sometimes you just break your shit, throw a fit. fuck happened? I want to say Luke Wooden. He was the first in our crew to have gotten the VX1000. He learned it pretty quick. He learned all the basics really quick. He didn't have a bubble lens at first, so he did a lot of long lens shooting, which was sick because it was great for practice. A lot of still shot stuff. He had taught me all the basics too, so when the shop ended up getting our own VX, I was already ready to start filming because I'd been using his for a while. And then he got the bubble lens, and he would film anywhere, anytime, all fucking night. He didn't care. He didn't give a shit about security, cops, nothing. He was down to run, whatever it took to get the trick. Footage is footage.
What the fuck? Yeah! Snizzle got a clip for the AIM video.
And then Luke and I started taking California trips because I was thinking I was trying to get sponsored at some point. I was hoping to get sponsored. So California was the ticket, right? You had to go out there to get noticed or go film or whatever.
This is me and Brantley on the job. Downtown Los Angeles.
I think we went to Hollywood for a few weeks. We went to Pasadena, Inland Empire. Just a bunch of cool spots that we had seen in videos or whatever. And we'd spend weeks there filming. On these long drives, Luke and I always talked about doing a full-length video of our own, of just like Portland area homies, Oregon. AIM, enrolling in the middle class, was the first one, and I think we spitballed these ideas with Eli when we got back from our trips, and we started working on the AIM video. Took from like 2000 to 2003, and I think we reused some of that footage in a bunch of videos. Luke was getting paid from Progression Magazine, the video magazine. I got paid for my tricks, and he got paid for the footage, which was kind of cool. And then Jamie got in a full interview in that. He worked on that Sane video by Digital. He got tricks in the Uprising video. He had footage in all kinds of stuff at this point. And he started getting paid for his footage, which was kind of sick. And he turned that into moving to California. Him and Honig, they both moved around the same time. And they've been in Santa Monica, Culver City area for, shit, since 2003 or 4? Shit, I want to say the day I rolled my ankle skating at the bench school, plastic bench school in Southeast. I also took a pretty good elbow smash at Creston. And like my biggest disappointment, my biggest letdown would have been the nose blunt at Panda Express. Like I had almost landed it, dude, and then I got taken out. I almost impaled myself on a sprinkler head and hit my knee so hard, I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. We had to wax it up so much that it was like ice. The Park Blocks front blunt that failed, that one fucked my back up pretty good. Man, the one that took me out completely, like I got taken out completely. I haven't been able to skate the same ever since. Was in Austin, Texas when I got thrown and I missed grabbing the ledge and I totally hit my back and it just threw it out.